Assistant Professor, Walchand Institute of Technology, Sholapur. I am here to discuss with you the topic project life cycle. The learning outcomes. At the end of the session, students will be able to describe significance of project life cycle. What is a project life cycle? Dear students, a project life cycle is the sequence of phases that a project goes through from its initiation to its closure. Remember, it is a sequence of steps or phases that take place during initiation of project to its closure. This is called project life cycle. Okay. Now, the number and sequence of the stages in this cycle are determined by the management and various other factors like needs of the organization involved in the project, the nature of the project and its area of application. Remember, so stages may vary a little depending upon the management, depending upon the need, right? The phases have a definite start, end and control point and are constrained by the time. The phase, each phase under project life cycle has got definite start, end and different control points which are constrained by time, remember. And the project life cycle can be defined and modified as per the needs and aspects of the organization. Okay, the project life cycle can be modified according to the need by the organization. Now remember, though every project has got certain fixed time of start and end or definite start and end, the particular objectives, deliverables and activities vary widely. Okay, they will vary according to the purpose, according to the need. The life cycle provides the basic foundation of the actions that has to be performed in the project, irrespective of the specific work involved. Remember, project life cycle serves as a basic foundation, right? It serves as a basic foundation of the actions to be performed in the project. Now, project life cycle can range from predictive or plan driven approaches to adaptive or change driven approaches. So there are two approaches. First is plan driven approach, second is change driven approach. So what is predictive or plan driven approach? In predictive life cycle, the specifics are defined at the start of the project and any alterations to scope are carefully addressed. Remember. So in first approach, that is plan driven approach, what is done? The objectives are defined at the start of the project and any alterations, any changes are carefully addressed beforehand. So planning is more accurate in predictive life cycle, remember. In an adaptive life cycle, the second one, which is also called a change driven approach, in that what is done? The product is developed over multiple iterations and detailed scope is defined for its iteration only as the iteration begins. So in second approach, what is done? Multiple iterations take place. Product is developed and the changes are also simultaneously thought and incorporated. It is called adaptive life cycle. It is called adaptive life cycle. Okay. Now let us see what are the characteristics of the project life cycle. Dear friends, remember, projects are unique and highly unpredictable, we know. Their standard framework still consists of same generic life cycle structure and which consists of four phases. Which are those? First is the initiation phase. The initiation phase means starting of the project. The second is the planning phase. Planning phase consists of organization or organizing and preparing. This is second phase. The third one consists of the execution phase, which consists of actual carrying out the project, right? Actually carrying out the project, it comes under execution phase. And the last one, the termination phase, which means closing the project, ending the project. In the photograph you can see four stages, four phases involved in the project's life cycle: initiation, planning, execution and closing. Now let us see these phases one after another in little more detail. The initiation phase, it aims to define and authorize the project. The project manager takes the given information and creates a project charter. Remember, the project manager, what he does, he takes the information obtained and creates a project charter. It is called a project charter, and the project charter, what it is, it authorizes the project and documents the primary requirements for the project. This project charter is very important. It documents the primary requirements of the project. It includes information such as, number one, project's purpose, vision and mission. Very important, right? Every project has got certain purpose. It has got certain vision, mission. It is documented in this. Number two, measurable objectives and successive criteria. Okay, this is second parameter which is involved in this particular initiation phase document called project charter. Third one, elaborated project description, conditions and risks. Remember, third one is project description, right? Conditions and what are the risks, all those details are under this particular criteria. Number four, name and authority of the project sponsor. These details are also given. And concerned stakeholders. So who are the stakeholders? Who are the persons getting benefited, agencies getting benefited from the project, right? Now second phase, let us study what is the planning phase. The purpose of the planning phase is to lay down a detailed strategy of how the project has to be performed and how to make it a success. This is very important phase, planning phase. It consists of laying down a detailed strategy of how to perform the project and how to make it a success. It consists of again two parts, strategic planning and implementation planning. What is strategic planning? It consists of the overall approach to the project, or in strategic planning the overall approach to the project is developed, and in implementation planning the ways to apply those decisions are sought. So planning phase consists of these two important parts, remember. Now let us go to next, execution phase. In this phase, the decisions and activities defined during the planning phase are implemented, right? Implementation phase, this is of utmost importance. During the phase of execution, the project manager has to supervise the project and prevent any errors from taking place. So supervision part comes under execution phase, that too meticulous supervision, so that any errors will not be there in the execution. This process is also termed as monitoring and controlling. Remember, execution phase is also known as monitoring and controlling. After satisfaction from the customer, sponsor and stakeholders end, he takes the process to next step. So all the stakeholders, customers, sponsors, the termination phase. This is the last phase of any project, remember, and it marks the official closure of the project. So this is the last, this is the end of the project. So project will be completed after this stage. Now there are certain life cycle characteristics. Which are those? Number one, at the start, cost and staffing levels are low and reach a peak when the work is in progress. It again starts to drop rapidly as the project begins to halt. Okay, so at start, the costs are high at their peak, remember. The typical cost and staffing curve does not apply to all projects. Considerable expenses are required to secure essential resources early in its life cycle. Okay, so at early stages, you will find that expenses are required for essential resources, and risk and uncertainty are at their peak at the beginning of the project. Remember, risks and uncertainty are high at the starting of the project. It is here is a graph of cost versus time. You can see as the time progresses, cost increases. There are different phases shown in this figure. Also one more figure you can see here. So you will find that risk and uncertainty goes on decreasing as the time increases, whereas cost goes on increasing as the time increases. So this is called generic life cycle structure of a project. Here we will stop a while, students. Here are two questions for you. Give their answers. Here are the answers. First assertion is true, second is false, and third is again true. Hope you have written the correct answers. These are the references for today's session. Thank you.